Hi friends, in this video I'll be showing you how to quickly color correct or color grade in DaVinci Resolve. So I have a short clip here that I want to work with. It's a winter forest scene, but it doesn't feel very cold and it feels a little unsaturated and I wanna fix that. So let's move on over to the color tab, which you can see at the bottom. Now you're going to have this node graph in the top right. And it might look a bit complicated at first, but simply put, the left side is your input and the right side is your output. So it goes from left to right. So I'm going to press Alt and then S a few times. This adds a few more nodes. You can also just right click and add node that way, but pressing Alt S is faster. So how I like to think about this is I use one node for one correction, and if you edit something on the first node, it will affect everything downstream. But if you edit something further down the line, like the fourth or fifth node, it won't affect any of the previous ones. So if you have any experience editing photos, you'll know you should be familiar with some of the processes. For example, adjusting temperature, changing the midtone, shadows, highlights, and I'll explain that in a minute. So first, what we can do to fix the scene is to change the temperature to make it feel a little cooler, which is the white balance. So I'm going to add a note here, temp slash white balance to keep things organized. Gonna drop the temperature a little and there. I feel like that's really helped improve. Next, I want to adjust the exposure. So the exposure is the offset, which we can adjust here. Let's make it a little bit darker. So I'm just clicking and dragging this bar at the bottom. Let's also add a label, uh, offset slash exposure. So once that's done, one thing that I wanted to correct was make it feel a little more vibrant, right? So here, let's just call this saturation, I guess, or vibrance. Saturation is here at the bottom. We can increase this a little, but not too much. I don't want to blow anything out. So right now that looks pretty subtle, but once we add some color contrast, I'm sure it's going to pop out a little more. So your lifts are your shadows, your gamma is your midtones, and your gains are your highlights. So let's say I wanna give the highlights a bit of a teal hue. I'm just gonna click in the center and slowly drag my mouse. That looks good. And the trees are mostly in the shadows and in the midtones. So that's what I'll do. I'll click on lift and move it towards the green section. Just a little bit. Same thing with gamma. Now this one, we can just call this one contrast. Because what we can do is we can bring down the shadows a little, ever so slightly. Don't want to do too much. And maybe raise the midtones a tad. Then your highlights a little bit as well. Yeah, that's too bright. Let's bring it down. But I want the midtones to be up there and your highlights to be up there too. There we go. So another way you can add contrast is using the curve. I'm sure anybody who's used Lightroom before will find this familiar. The left side are the shadows, the right side are the highlights. In between are the midtones. So let's start by bringing the shadows down a little and increasing the highlights. Maybe even the midtones. Yep, that looks good. So this is just another way to do this if you don't want to use the color wheel and use these bars at the bottom. So that's how to color correct and color grade in DaVinci Resolve. I hope I was able to help and answer all your questions. And thank you for watching.